Thank you so much, and let me thank all of you for being here today and continuing to remind us that we have to remember the Armenian Genocide. As Senator Schumer said, we were fortunate with all of your help a few years ago to get both the House of Representatives and the United States Senate to recognize the genocide. And it was because of your advocacy and your being here every year in Times Square and all over the country and putting pressure on the Congress in both houses that we finally got that accomplished. But I also want to thank you for your efforts to get members to join our Armenia caucus. Our Armenia caucus is still very strong in Congress. A lot of you are involved in getting your representatives and your senators to join the caucus, and it's only through that constant effort and vigilance that we're able also to help Armenia and Artsakh. Now, when I talk about the genocide, I always remind myself that even with recognition of what happened in 1915, we have to be continually vigilant. Because as Senator Schumer said, what happened in Artsakh was essentially genocide, ethnic cleansing. People were forced to flee because they were Armenians. And we still have to make sure that they're helped and that they have the ability to go back, which is not happening right now, right? We have the leadership of Artsakh that's in prison in Baku in Azerbaijan. We continue to demand that they be released and returned to Armenia, and we'll continue to demand that those who left Artsakh forcibly be able to go back when they desire to, and that they get help from the United States government. But I also want to say that one of the things that we're working on with the caucus is to make sure that Armenia is strong. Armenia has to continue to be strong to protect itself in the event of another attack by Azerbaijan. I don't fool myself into thinking that Azerbaijan doesn't have designs on Armenia itself, whether it's through the Southern Corridor or it's even in Yerevan. They don't recognize the Armenian government as a legitimate government. They don't recognize the Armenian people as a people. They continue this effort to say that somehow they should be supreme in the area and that they should be able to control what goes on in Armenia. So one of the things that you're involved with now, and that I want to continue to say that we appreciate your support, is making Armenia strong, making sure that they get help from the United States. And I don't just mean humanitarian help. It has to be military help as well, because they have to be able to defend themselves in the event of another attack. And that is what we're working on now in Congress, and we will continue to work on as long as we know that it's necessary. So again, I want to thank you for being here again to constantly recognize the genocide of 1915, to recognize what happened in Artsakh, and that people should be able to go back, and that we should recognize what happened there as a form of ethnic cleansing or genocide. But we will continue to be vigilant and strong, because as was mentioned and will be mentioned today, the Armenian people have been here for a long time. I always read in the Bible about the different peoples that lived in the Caucasus, or in the Middle East for that matter, over the years, that don't exist as a nation anymore. But Armenia does exist in a nation, and we're going to make sure it is forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman, for being such a champion for our cause.